It's a vibe. Rock with me.
Alternate sound.
Alternate sound, DJ Begin.
Be
That's right.
For you, my child. What you for? No case. I know go talk. Scarface for you, my child. For you, my child. Take me anywhere. Everything I want
Let me hear you sing it.
Seen a lot of faces, but nobody shine, girl.
Where the beautiful ladies in the building tonight?
Seen a lot of fine girls. Nobody can replace you, cause you are divine, girl. Proud to call you my girl. My question, my answer, my heartbeat, my laughter, my casa, tu casa, all in all. My question, my answer, my heartbeat, my laughter, my casa, tu casa, all in all.
I need everybody to move to the left, to the right. Alternate, drop it.
Lose you this time, I win it. No time, I'm gonna winnie, wanna your love, they do me one time. Oh my, I'm gonna get it. Show me how you feeling this night. Almost your love, and I'm winnie, wanna your love, they do me this time. I need your grace, we never regret. My love will get shaped.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. How na day? Yeah. All right. I could I could continue listening to that jam. Welcome back. Ice, I see you, my sister. Welcome. We have a good show today, as usual. Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. What we do here is extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. We extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. We tackle them from self-power, social seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. We really don't do the right and wrong. So if your question is, so who is right, who is wrong, we probably cannot really help you here. Just being honest with you. All right, but we're here to learn life lessons. What can you and I learn from these people's stories so we can learn how to navigate life? Do me a favor, you can also download my books, 2 of our books, my wife and I, and then 3 other books on business, relationship, real estate, all of that. You can download them all for free at manofprestige.com. Shout out to all the sponsors, all our supporters. So I appreciate you. We're up to $40 out of our $120 goal for June 2025. Do me a favor right now, hit the like button, share, subscribe, let everybody know, ping everybody to the room. We're here, we're live. Ice is going heavy in the chat already. We'll get to that story later on. We have some other stories that we want to cover. So without any further ado, we're just gonna jump right in because we have some stuff to cover today. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. The first story we're going to cover today will be Paul Adefarasin, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, who's been trending all weekend. He's been trending all weekend. Okay, so I thought I'll bring us up to speed here because there's one or two lessons I definitely want us to extract out of this. Now, these lessons are about 2 in 1. So, but before we jump into it, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick. He said, I didn't point a gun at anybody. Paul Adefarasin responds to a viral video. There's a viral video of him on the internet, okay? And in what it looks like, let me show you guys. I'm putting this up on msn.com. Cool. Let me pull this up for you guys. Listen to this. Just watch this video.
Boss. Sorry, sorry.
All right, so I'm going to play that again. This is the video that got everybody talking over the weekend. There we go.
Boss. Sorry.
All right, again.
Boss. Sorry.
You can. I think I heard him say, "Don't do that, something like that." But then there's something in his hands. There's something in his hands right there, right? And that's what everybody is talking about. And if we blow it up, it looks like he had something in his hands, and that's what everybody has been talking about. So people say it's a gun. A lot of people say it's not a gun. Right now, I think it's quite divided. So I'm asking you now in the chat, what do you think it is? Is it a gun? Do you think it's a gun? Do you not think it's a gun? Let me know what you think in the chat, because to me, it does look like a gun. Does that mean it's a gun? No, it doesn't mean it's a gun. See, the way we analyze issues in Nigeria, sometimes it shakes me up. I'm like, wait. Just because it looks like a gun on a motion picture does not mean it's a gun. Could it be a gun? Yes. Is it a gun? What's the best answer for that? The best answer, I'm going to come in the chat and look for the best answer for that. Is it a gun? No. Does it look like a gun? Yes. Right? Does it look like a gun? Yes. Could it be a gun? Yes. Is it a gun? I'm going to come to chat for the best answer. Okay. But what's his name? Olu Adefarasin, not Olu Farasin. Pastor Olu Farasin is the pastor of a mega church in Lekki, Nigeria. I think it's in Lekki, somewhere in the island, Nigeria. It's called House of the Rock. They invite people like Bishop T.D. Jakes, some of the greatest men of God around the world has been invited into that church. So it's a mega church that people respect a lot. But clearly, from what I've seen in the past few days, not a lot of the people in the general public have much respect for men of God anymore. And I can understand, you know. But anyway, let me play the video that he made to respond to this over the past few days, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, he spoke to it. I'm just gonna play it together with this video with VDM in it. The VDM has something to say about it too.
Creator who came within personal distance. The only thing separating me and him was about maybe 3/4 of a meter and glass. I do not have a pistol license for a firearm. I do not carry a firearm, and I pointed no firearm.
Let's call it firearm.
At anybody. Amen.
Okay, so now before he said that, he actually went on us. He went all over the place a little bit. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play the actual one.
This is not merely an attack on a local church or a pastor. It is an organized stratagem of the one that we war with. We do not wrestle against flesh and blood.
All right, so this one is not a wrestle against flesh or blood or not. I actually agree with him. I think that verse carries a lot of weight, and I think it's a good one for him to look at things, but it is not necessarily a tool to gaslight or to manipulate the public. If you're a public figure, you're required to have a better and more robust statement you're going to make. Now, you can, if you're also going to say it's not a gun, probably Nigeria public what do you call it, public personas are not ready yet to realize that they are required to be accountable. They're not accountable. They struggle with accountability. But let me bring my brother Akidola. Is that you? How are you, sir? I think so. Is that you? Speak to me on mute. Somebody came in to.
Yes, cool.
Okay, how you doing, my brother? How you doing?
I just did thank God for everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm guessing you have something to say about this one, right?
Yeah, this man, the problem with Nigeria, the Nigeria is not a really properly law functioning country. Function as a system that's supposed to function. Because some of them have somebody somewhere in the top power and everything. In short, is the Nigeria law enforcement that would have taken over this case.
Right.
It's a time for you to point a gun, roll down. That guy didn't disturb him. That guy didn't show aggressive. That guy say boss. Kind of like, baby, when that guy was saying boss, he had to be on the air. You know what I mean? He would say boss, baby, raise his hands up. And he also have an escort. If you check it, he was not driving alone. If you were like following the protocol of a security, he was supposed to stop or he was supposed to roll down. But what happened, he did what called a power play. He saw a guy that he could overpower, a guy he think is nobody, is a low man, and somebody that he saw as a peasant.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think he was saying don't do that to? What was he saying don't do? What did he do before he said don't do that?
The guy was just, you see, as a car spotter, right? Possibility will bring out his mobile phone or his camera, will be picturing cars, especially luxurious cars that pass by. And these car spotters, they are not armed. You could see their enthusiasm about them, especially when they see a fine car coming. Some of them will be dancing, they'll be jumping. You could see the reaction of that guy was a, but when that guy slowed down, he was a boss, you know, boss, like Oga. You understand me? So that guy body of excitement will be there, right? Of happiness. You will know somebody that is happy, somebody that is excited to see a very beautiful car, like such a car that he was driving. No, but what he wants the guy to do, to see, is about how nasty that he looks. That he's a mean guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gangster.
Yeah, but he always look gangster on the stage every Sunday, and he always carry himself that way. But it looked in that there's a look on his face in that video to me, right?
Because,
to me, there's a look on his face in that video. There's something that happened before this small clip.
No, I don't think so, because look, he you can see where the car was coming. You can see how he slowed down. They did change the clip of that clip, but what happened is
they didn't change it, but they cut it from somewhere. So he had seen something before where the whole Nigerian is suggesting that all he saw was somebody filming, and that's all he's saying stop doing. I'm not buying into that.
No, look. When he came down, right, you could hear that guy voice say, boss, right? He said, don't do it. Possibility, don't come close to me. That guy, you could see the distance, right? If it's that, they will not even hold up. You also
exactly. So if there's no car in front of him, there's no real reason for him to stop.
So that's what I said. If it was a proper country, law enforcement would have checked what is his hand. They would have zoomed it out. And look, I bet you, whatever is his hand in that car, technology will bring it out.
So I have another question, right? If it was here in the United States and somebody wave a gun like that and they're driving like that, right? I know there's a distinct difference here in the sense that they don't issue that type of license in Nigeria, is what I heard, right? But here they can issue that type of license. If the guy did not file a petition, the guy that's saying boss, will the police just randomly go out after a random person just because there was a video on the internet?
If he wrote down, right, the way he pointed that gun towards that unarmed somebody, that didn't show any aggressiveness towards him, right? I think they would like to withdraw his license back. You understand me? Possibility to face charges.
Okay, hold tight, Kokidola, hold tight. Natu, what do you have to say about this one?
Okay. I'm on the same side with you. I said it yesterday on Mom of Five show. I say, where's the rest of the story?
That's all I'm asking.
Because
I'm not saying Nigerians are lying. No, I just want to see the rest of the story.
that's what
That's
I'm
all.
saying. Because the man is not a madman. And just like, and I'm not saying I don't even think I've ever watched his sermon, a complete sermon.
Me either. Me either. I don't care for his
So
brand.
what I'm saying is that just like you guys are saying the guy was not aggressive towards him, was he aggressive towards the guy? Did he put his hand outside the window and say, if you do it, I'm gonna buy you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
All he said is, don't do that. He said, don't do that. And then he
Exactly.
had, and then as he was moving, he brought the gun onto his steering. And that's what people are calling
I
brandishing.
said there was
from what I can
something
see.
that triggered that, but nobody wants to believe me. You think you see the problem with Nigerians here, we're just waiting for pastors to do something so that we'll just mount and start insulting them. But let me tell you, the day that you people will learn that your pastors are human beings, that's the day that you have peace.
That's all I'm saying. Just remember that these people are human beings. Just remember.
My brother, these pastors you're saying they are not human beings.
They are human. What makes them not human? That's where the problem is coming from. That's where the problem is coming from.
They are devil's recognition who deceive our
You
people.
see what I'm saying?
Make them look.
That's what I'm saying. You just want them to do something so that you can start insulting.
I wanna round up this segment. You guys hang out with me because I have other stories to cover. I wanna round up this segment with a question.
No, because this segment, because if we not analyze this segment,
it go expand. We'll go do part 2 if we need to. We'll go do part 2 if we need to.
You see,
But
I don't know why people are defending this man that he's not contributing nothing to the society of
no, based on what you are saying, based on what you are saying. Hold on.
No,
hold on. Hold on now.
Hold
on. Hey, Basco. Hold on. Based on what you are saying, Uncle Kidola, Nigerians are perpetual victims of these guys. There's nothing they can do about it. That's all you are telling me. If you telling me,
yes.
Okay, let's end it like that now. I can agree with you on that.
Please, real quick.
Let's end it like that now.
No, but real quick, bro Akidola, when was the last time you go to Nigeria? Do you know how they steal cars in Nigeria? Somebody might be filming somebody and say, I see this. No. Excuse me, sir. Let me land.
Hold on, let one person land here.
I have a friend that has a 2024 Range Rover. Is it 24 or 23? I can't even remember. This guy tells me that every time he goes out, he sees people chasing him. Every time. Every damn time. And let me tell you, this is even Lagos. Even in this place that he's driving like this, somebody can just come and remove his glass. That glass of the car, that side glass. They will remove it and be going while you are driving. And you not do anything
now, to be fair to the public, they are saying that he had a situation last year. Was it last year? Where he broke somebody's glass. And so people are asking him to go to anger management. Personally, I'm not buying into it. It's easy to claim the victim. That's what Nigerians are doing. And unfortunately, I'm not buying into it. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just not buying into it. I will need more to the story. That's all I'm saying.
These guys, look what's going on with Puffy.
Bro Akidola, you just have something about pastors. So go ahead. I have a few days.
Puffy is a billionaire. You see, if it's properly like a place like United States, they don't give a damn if you're a pastor or not.
See, if I will argue with you, you see the part that you say you have not done anything to society.
Hold on, let him land, Natu.
Hold on. I am not taking no money for the society. I don't have members who are coming to donate to my church so that I can be driving such a heavy. All of them, not about him. I'm not about him particular, because if I'm just having to do about him really. All these pastors that trick our people for more than 40 years.
Okay, so Uncle Kudola, if we're going to fight that, we need to be solid with our case. We cannot use randoms like somebody who stopped for 30 seconds and emotion. We have to be, that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe that the public personalities in Nigeria need to start to learn that they are required to be accountable. That's number one, right? And when you have the public fighting with emotions, the public can actually win with that with time, because you know what I'm saying. But I'm saying though, if you want it to be sooner than later, we need more people not operating from a place of emotions.
My brother, look at Nigerian society today. These pastors are not different from these native doctors that are committing crimes everywhere.
And that's a different topic now. I agree with you, but that would be a different topic.
No, when I'm just going to say that this guy stand on his own church, on his own congregation, and lied that he have nothing in his hand. He have something in his hand. Possibility that guy was maybe adjusting his camera.
No, he didn't say he didn't have something in his hand. He said he did not wave a firearm. I'll play it. Let me play it. Listen to it.
spiritual powers and princes, spiritual wickedness in heavenly places, spiritual wickedness in high places, and a range of about 13 cadre of demonic host. And so the enticement of the enemy is always the love of money at the root of all evil. What we have had to witness was clickbaiters just looking for more money. I probably wasn't even their target. Their target was to make more money. And I was falsely accused. This is not merely an attack on a law. I was falsely accused of bearing a firearm, pointing a firearm at an aggressive content creator.
Now, the aggressive content creator is manipulation. The denial, I received that. He will need to file petition, and then the police will need to investigate before I can take it in that is a gun. I'm sorry. I cannot look at a gun on the screen and call it a gun. It could be anything.
Aggressive, somebody jump towards the front of the car, it will come close to the passenger door.
No, we don't know if the guy was being aggressive. His perception. We don't know that.
Let me say something, right? What you're seeing now, he's talking about money. What is he looking for? He's not collecting money for those players also. You understand? Because you see, when you want to project something, what the same thing that you're doing, but if those members of a church are leaving his church, he will be on his knees begging them, please. Because he survived by this money.
But me and you know they're not leaving.
You understand me?
Me and you know they are not leaving. You agree? They're not.
These guys are just a bunch of illegal because the country make it
illegal. Okay. All right. I don't want us to go in circles. We have some other stories to cover. We're just going to leave the stories to the rest of the public to determine. Was this a gun or was it not a gun? Nobody was able to tell me in the chat that it is a gun. I don't know. That's the best answer because it's just a moving motion picture. And I don't know if that guy was aggressive in his perception. That's what matters, okay? Because we can't see that angle. And it's literally like a less than 30 second clip. Why are Nigerians making something out of nothing? That's what I want to know, because I can't see anything in this. The only thing I can see, I've pointed out, he did manipulate in that statement, but then ultimately it's a denial. He has the right to deny. Go and file a petition if you don't like it and let the police investigate. Until then, like he said at the end of this video, case closed. All right, hit the like button. Hang out with me, Uncle Kidola and Natu. Please hang out. We have some other stories around the world. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Answer the question in the comments. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight is an American R&B singer. We've covered the story here in the past. Unfortunately, this past week, his 32-year-old young son passed away. Estranged son. He had not spoken to his two sons and one other daughter in years. Okay, so it's a guy that's to me, from what I can see, he looks pretty he acts pretty troubled. I'm talking about Brian McKnight himself. What he did is that he has a new family. As a matter of fact, he has a new son with his new family. The new family is a single mother who I think she's a medical doctor or something like that, who came from somewhere, you know. He married this young lady, acquired the family, disregarded and disconnected with his existing family, two sons, a daughter, and I think another. He has like 4 children, but there's two. We actually just found out recently that the original wife was actually 2 sons. He actually had another baby outside with somebody else called Brianna McKnight, but he basically abandoned all these people, and he said these people were products of, and I quote, product of sin. So he abandoned them. So I'm looking at a report here on the People. Say Brian McKnight slams his family members over estranged son's Nico's death. May God have mercy on your soul. So the brother Brian McKnight's brother, his name is Claude. I think they used to be in a group. I'm trying to remember, but he's also a singer, like Brian McKnight. Apparently, they're estranged too. He made the announcement that his nephew passed away, and then Brian McKnight, obviously, as you can see, I'm reporting right now, dragged him as well. So on Friday, May 30th, Brian brother Claude revealed that Nico died 2 years after a cancer diagnosis. Pretty sad, especially in the middle of it's sad to see in the middle of a family feud, because at least everybody kind of like hope that one day maybe they can come to some kind of reconciliation, right? Because honestly, there's no family out there that don't have their own fair share of family feud here and there, in and out, right? But anyway, this one is over for this boy. So on Friday, May 30th, Brian's brother Claude revealed that Nico died 2 years after a cancer diagnosis, and Brian McKnight has broken his silence following the death of his estranged son Nico McKnight. On Tuesday, June 3rd, the R&B singer shared a lengthy Instagram reel featuring a voiceover. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Yep, I got it. Let's listen to it.
And self-aggrandizing announcement on TikTok that frankly was not his to make. In my opinion,
I'm gonna refresh, okay?
To Claude McKnight's tasteless and
He said, big thanks to Claude McKnight's tasteless and self-aggrandizing announcement on TikTok.
Self-aggrandizing announcement on TikTok that frankly was not his to make. In my opinion, he inserted himself and used Nico's death as an opportunity instead of letting him pass with respect and dignity. It has instead turned into a circus, a mockery of a life now lost, making this tragedy into a reality show type drama. While that was unfolding, my family and I flew home to Maui and had a private memorial remembering him and all the good times. The last time he and I spoke, we offered him all the help we could provide. We had the #1 oncologist on deck for him and a team of specialists on standby with private care in our home. He and his mother declined. The door of communication was open and remained open until his death. To the self-proclaimed Mama Bear, may God have mercy on your soul.
The Mama Bear will be his ex-wife, who also told her own story on Tasha K. She said basically he was never really a present husband, and he was basically abusive, manipulative, controlling. For the longest, they never really were together like that. They were together, but not really. It was very short span. But so basically, he did not raise those boys. But here's a quick recap of what the relationship between him and those boys are. So I'm reading from theroot.com. It says, drama between Brian McKnight and estranged sons explained. After the devastating news that one of singer Brian McKnight's son died of cancer, many were shocked to find out the still in love singer never made any efforts to contact him while he was alive, with years of ongoing drama coming to a breaking point now. We're unpacking the strange and almost unbelievable timeline surrounding McKnight and the children he refuses to acknowledge. McKnight married his first wife, singer Julie McKnight, in 1990. The couple lasted for over a decade, and together they had 2 sons. Like any loving father, McKnight named his eldest boy Brian McKnight Jr. By the way, Brian McKnight has changed his name officially so that he can distance himself from his original son, and then he changed his full name. He put some middle name, some weird middle name, and then he renamed his new son as Brian McKnight. I don't know what point he's trying to make, but that's some very petty stuff. Crazy. So following in his father's footsteps, Brian Jr. has since released his own music. The ex-couple's second son, Nicholas, worked as a photographer in California. His mother confirmed he sadly passed away after a 2-year battle with cancer. Okay. All right, so now Brian McKnight is also saying he offered help so that the boy can come into his home with the best doctors in the world to oversee him. But what it looked like is that he was trying to separate him from his family, because he told everybody. Also, there was some recent posts by Nico himself. There was some recent post where he was actually hoping that he would that there will be some kind of coming back reunion with his family. That was actually his last wishes. McKnight's eldest daughter Brianna also spoke out during this time, saying although her father's estrangement hurts her, she's thankful that her brothers filled in the gaps. Her mother, Patricia Driver, gave birth while McKnight was still married to his wife. So this was a baby that he had on his wife. In 2023, McKnight and his wife, Lenny, gave birth to their first child together, a son named, wait for it, Brian McKnight Jr., not to be confused with the oldest son with the same name. In response to the double junior debacle, Brian Jr. said, "I'm not ashamed of the name my ancestors had. I'll never change the name my own son now has." So even his own son, his grandson has it. By the way, I don't think he knows his grandson either, because he's been estranged from them. He claimed that they were basically spoiled brats. That was, I'm paraphrasing, but that's some of the things he said. I'm just bringing you guys up to speed, okay? He said McKnight then came out in 2024 calling his eldest children a product of sin, which, as you can expect, reignited flames. All right, so all of this is just painting a very, very angry man to me, okay? That's all it's saying to me. So Natsu, Uncle Kidola, I don't know if you guys are still here with me. What do you guys think about this? Are you guys familiar with this guy, Brian McKnight, or not?
Brian McKnight is on a high colors.
Even after the passing of this son, he did say they went to somewhere to pay some kind of respect, but the son was actually asking for them to reunite. He said he actually asked in a quote on his page if he could tell him he loves him, and he said he couldn't arbitrarily tell him that he loved him before the boy passed away.
Yeah, so you didn't tell me that when I was alive. Why are you coming to my funeral?
Yeah,
he wasn't supposed to be at that funeral. He just went to disgrace his house. That guy is not high on some colos like that.
What do you think? Do you think the marriage was that bitter? Can a marriage be so bitter that somebody would actually take it against?
I'm not gonna say it was that bitter, but I want to believe that something happened along the way. He probably has an unforgiving spirit, and he's not.
Go ahead. Finish your thoughts.
Unforgiving spirit, and he's not letting some things go. So when you hold on to some things and don't let go, that's how it makes you look. You look bitter.
It's scary to me. Uncle Kidola, what do you think could make a man come to the conclusion that he doesn't want anything to do with his first 3 children ever again? He's moved on to marry another woman. He adopted all those children. He actually threw shots at his own children by saying he was talking to his stepson at one point. I'm paraphrasing, so don't quote me exactly. He said, "Thanks for being a good boy." He said something like that, but it was basically a shot back at the existing. What do you think about this, sir?
You see, I've been watching this. I grew up with, he's like my age mate.
Yeah, he's like 53, 54. He's just turned 54. He just celebrated 54 like 2 days ago. The new wife was celebrating that.
Yeah, and no matter what it is, no matter with the divorce, I know it's a divorce.
Sorry, let me read this before you continue your thought. This is the wife, the new wife, Leilani said, "Happy birthday, Boopy. Today on the Great Wall of China, we celebrate the day God placed the most extraordinary man on this earth 56 years ago. The man who is my husband, my heart, my Superman. You are our family's rock, our hero, and the love of my life. Every single day, I thank God." Now, this woman is celebrating this man, knowing fully well that he's completely abandoned his existing family, including the grandchild. Continue, Uncle Kidola.
Look, these things also go on also in polygamous home also in Nigeria. Sometimes when you have a bad maybe breakup or the relationship was not good, or you be with this person for so long, and you think the affection is dying off, especially men. I will blame men this time. You think the affection is coming down, is low. Maybe at that moment she's not attractive to you anymore. Please, just be patient. These things fluctuate sometime. Definitely that woman you love way back will come back again. Don't be hurried to leave that woman because you see that woman as your problem. And the one, wow, I'm not that kind of macho anymore. Why? This is a temporary thing that will flip up again. Somebody you have history with, 3 children, you have with this woman. These are his blood and flesh.
Oh, by the way, he had 2 children. The woman just happened to have adopted the 3rd one that he had outside on her.
Okay.
Just so you know. Yeah. So the
So
third child is not actually her biological, but that's why she called herself Mama Bear,
yeah,
and it was actually shading her earlier too. Go
no
ahead.
matter what it is, those children are your children. They call you Papa. These are the children that came out of you. They look like you. They have the same blood. Like I think it's crazy. I don't care what kind of divorce that he went through. I think he's just a madman. He's a confused man. To fulfill his happiness, to fulfill his fakeness, he went to marry to other women that have children. See, this kind of trickish game, man, he's playing, and most men have it. And some of these men, they have this kind of mind that they are devils, evil people. You understand me? He felt guilty somewhere, but he cannot bring it back. I don't know if it's middle class classes, whatever going to with his maybe he have the money. He's a celebrity. That woman have to celebrate because he's the one bringing the money. He's a multi-millionaire. That woman is just playing along so that this guy, so he can have this luxurious life that he's having, travel to China and everything. While the other woman didn't have this kind of opportunity. You understand me? What this is doing now is the same thing sometimes going on in Nigeria also, whereby a man will get married after some years with that woman. We think, oh man, this woman not the jail me again, man. Fuck this woman. Then you can't go carry on that woman when they jail. All these things are temporary things. The way that one you put for her, not they jail you. Now because now the other will go carry for us and they jail you. Everything will come down one day. But if you're patient enough, establish what's called communication enough with the person you're with, whatever is happening, communicate with that person. Say, can we just start slowly again, somehow, somewhere, so that I want to know you again. I know you a long time. It seems like we're drifting. Maybe because they have children together, there's some stress. You see, when you have children with a woman, it's not easy. There's some stress there. Possibility the woman is busy with those kids. Possibility the woman is looking out for the welfare of those children, the balance. He said, no, you want to drive Bentley, Rolls Royce, all this. This way, but I think for him to not to tell that kid, I love you.
So you think just to because I want to get to the main story of the day, right? You think something is definitely wrong with him, right? In your opinion?
A devil. Yeah, it's a very evil man. It's a very evil man because he would have settled when that child was sick. You see, you cannot come in the middle of nowhere. You know that child. He knows that child is dying. He will not make it, but he was trying to gain he was trying to buy into heaven. Trying to pretend that he cares.
Yeah, he said they traveled back to their home somewhere where they paid respect to him after he died, even though he couldn't say I love you to him on his sick bed. Hold tight, Uncle Kidola, hold tight. Chinye, talk to me, Chinye.
Man, as you can tell, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Chinye. I know this is serious for you. You see, you called in today.
And also because I'm working from home today, if not, I wouldn't have been able to call. But
okay.
That man, Brian McKnight, oh my God. The level of wickedness he has in his heart is the type that my people will say in Igbo, oh yeah, madunsi, which means if he do juju for person, that's how evil his heart is. Like nothing could even touch his heart with all that bitterness to the extent that there's a big possibility that your child will die. You still want to exert that whatever control that you no longer have. You still whatever control that you had before, they used to dangle in their face, they used to control them. You still wanted to dangle it. Oh, I want it in my house my way. No, there are other people involved. There's another life involved. The treatment mustn't be in your home because you might not be able to give that child that tender love and care that someone that is a cancer patient needs. There's a type of love and care that, especially being that their relationship has been estranged, is it his wife will be the one, his current wife will be the one to tender to that young man the way his own biological mother would tender to him. Like there are times that, as adults, we need to, this word sometimes is hard for me to pronounce, the compartmentalize.
Okay, all right, compartmentalize,
You shelve some things while you tackle what's at hand.
Yes, I agree with that.
Now that your child is gone, you're over here butthurt that you didn't have things your way, and then you're fighting your brother. What his brother said, is it because you couldn't come out to announce the death of your child? That's why your brother is hurt. Your brother has relationship with his nephew, and his nephew, who is his blood, who's like his son, passed. He has every right in the world to mourn the death of his nephew openly. I watched the video. The brother said absolutely nothing.
Hold
They were
on.
Gatorade.
You summed it up properly right there. I'm gonna, since you hang out, oh, don't leave. Oh. But
Okay.
let me say this. I'm gonna play, since you said the brother's video, I'm gonna play the brother's video. Brian McKnight's public family disputes, particularly his estrangement from his older children, have negatively impacted his career. I think that's the good news, because this should be a lesson for everybody. Here's how.
Idiot.
Fan boycott and reduced ticket sales. Some fans have initiated a boycott of his concerts and music due to his public statements and actions regarding his estranged children, including calling them product of sin. This has resulted in a decline in ticket sales and even the cancellation of some shows. Then number 2, damaged public image. His public behavior and comments have led to accusations of being emotionally cold and using personal tragedy for self-promotion. This has further strained his relationship with some fans who previously admired his music and perceived him as a family man, me being included, right? And the third one says increased scrutiny and negative publicity. The family drama has brought significant negative attention to McKnight, overshadowing his musical accomplishments. This has fueled social media discussions and commentary, further damaging reputation. I'm gonna play this video. This is what the brother had to say, that he's basically he did everything that he's accusing the brother of, by the way. Let's play it.
So all day, I said to myself I wasn't going to post about this. And as the day wore on, I realized that how could I not post about this? This morning, I found out that my nephew, Nico McKnight, passed away. He'd been bravely battling cancer for the last 2 years or so. And I have a lot of feelings right now. I'm not going off a script or anything like that. I'm just going to be raw with how I'm feeling. Nico was one of those amazing kids who was quirky and curious and ridiculously talented. Amazing singer, an amazing guitar player, had a great eye, was a photographer. And just one of those kids that, at least in my estimation, was somebody you always wanted to be around. And so it really sucks that he's no longer with us. And I will also say, probably one of the reasons why I wasn't going to post about it is I post a lot of things, but I don't post a lot of really, really serious subject things, or certainly family things. And I wanted to post this about Nico, about his legacy, about how amazing he is, and not about what some of you may have heard about, you know, the family drama that has existed for quite some time in our family. I'm not here to discuss that or to talk about how that happened or why it happened. This is not the time or the place, but what I will say is, in any situation, there's always at least 3 sides to a story. There's my side, your side, and the truth. And the truth a lot of times is somewhere in between. So here's the thing. I don't know exactly what was going on there. I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard from all parties involved. And I try not to judge. I just try to be as loving to each person as I can be, because apparently there's so much hurt going on, or was so much hurt going on, that a lot of things didn't get resolved. And again, I want to go back to Nico. I know that kid had a lot inside, a lot eating at him for a long, long, long time. That may have contributed to what happened with him. What I do know is he's out of pain now. And so I can rejoice in the fact that he no longer has to go through the chemo and the radiation and everything else. But I just want to uplift that young man and say we will see him again one day. I love you, Nico. Uncle Claude.
All right. So that is what he said. Was that tasteless?
Can
Anybody
you tell
thought?
me on earth what this man Claude said right now has anything with what that idiot Brian's saying? You could
Yeah.
tell that this man
I'm wondering, was there anything tasteless and
absolutely not.
aggrandizing about what he just said?
Absolutely not.
He wasn't
Can
going to announce the passing of his child, so his brother helped him.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's so sad. It's so sad to watch. Today, my son, I shouldn't be saying this in this segment, but let me just, my son, my first seed turned 17 today. To me, turned 17 today. I just couldn't imagine being in a position. I don't know what a woman could have done to me so badly that a son that I birthed in my youth, that you are friends with these people, you grew up together with them essentially, that I will suddenly turn my back and go and adopt another family somewhere. I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to ask everybody right now so we can move to the major story. I'm going to ask anybody and anybody who watches this later, is there anything you can think of? How badly, what kind of hurt could you have hurt a man so badly that he would turn his back on his first seed, the second seed, the third seed, of course their mother? Because if it was a situation where he just doesn't want to deal with the children and he's still married to their mother, we say they're just bad kids. It looks like this is a woman shaggy type of situation that he might want to make as an excuse. What kind of hurt could a woman have done to you that will call your own seed, that you actually had some level of relationship with them? Because I know you didn't exactly raise them. It's always on the road since forever, since 1990s, right? So what can you imagine any kind of hurt that could have been done to this man? Because this would look like Chinye, like we were talking the other day, this would look like village people after him. As far as I can see, I can't really comprehend what he would come up with as an excuse. But I'm gonna
His
leave.
own village people now winch him be.
Jesus, stop.
So I'm gonna leave it at that and
Man of
just
prestige, I feel like from my own perspective, or from what I feel like the lady probably rejected him, or maybe ended the marriage and tell him she's done, and that's his own way of getting back at her.
I think he is the one that left that relationship. I think it has something to do with money. I think during the divorce, it has something to do with money, and that money touches soul. You understand me? And because he left, I saw his old clip. He said early 2000, when they were doing like MTV Crips. It was very hot at that time. He was looking very hot, was just kind of sick white shirt. And this woman was also dressing also very cool also.
Uncle Kidola, as far back as then, he moved his whole family, including the children, away from the mansion into an apartment. I'll leave you guys at that. I'll leave you.
Oh wow.
So what I'm talking about is this guy. There are people like him on earth who pretend to be nice, to be lover boys, who sing something. This guy is almost like a guy called Teddy Pendergrass. You know what I mean? So what you're saying now is he portrayed I'm the cool guy, I have loving face and everything, but deep inside his mind, because it's a hot mind, is meeting other chicks and everything. That woman just become like a devil to him. But no matter what it is, these are his babies. These are his kids. No matter what it is, these are children that smell like him. You understand me? He would have, at least, if you have angel in him, because this guy's a very evil human being. No matter what it is.
So the picture, I'm going to leave with this picture, right? The picture you guys are looking at on your right is the existing children. His new children is the one that was created with love, is the one to the right next to our faces.
You can see the difference. You can see it's not like you can see the difference, man. It's not like he really love any of them. He just try to pretend.
Okay, Kidola, me, I can't see nothing. Let's move on to the next story. I beg. Me, I can't see. I'm just surprised. Anybody who's watching this later, please leave a comment. I'm curious. because this one I don't understand. This is whenever me and T talk about village people, I know they understand it all the way. So this one I don't understand. It looks like a village people situation to me. So hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We have some other trendy stories that we want to jump in, so we didn't want to waste too much time on that. And yeah, I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Frederick Leonard or Leonard. The Japanese say Leonard. Americans say Leonard. No, Black Americans say Leonard. Anyway, let's talk about him real quick. This guy is Nigerian Nollywood star. Actually, I just found out that the wife or ex-wife, maybe to be allegedly, I don't know. But Nigerians monitoring spirit are asking. They want to know what is going on with their marriage. But there's some things that they've said that they dug up about their story. I felt like we should talk about. But before we do that, I'm gonna play a couple of videos that will probably bring us up to speed so we can discuss. We've spent another 25 minutes to talk about it. I'll let you guys talk about it and see if you guys know more about these things than me. I'm gonna play this video real quick, then we'll talk about it. So on this video right here that I want to play, he's talking about what he thinks about celebrity marriage. That will bring us up to speed. By the way, Frederick is considered by Nigerian women as a fine man. I think he's a good-looking guy. He's 45 years old, but he hasn't really married until recently, maybe after 40. And that's usually there's something to that, you know. And a lot of people actually wait longer. They wait until later, hoping that they will know everything there is to know about marriage before they enter. And then for a lot of people, it's worse. It's not a formula. It's just something I noticed, you know. But let's play this video and then listen.
Should I be honest?
This is the question. What is your view on celebrity marriages? Nollywood in focus.
I ask if I can be honest, because what I have to say would be, if we're more honest with ourselves, I think more marriages would never have happened, and the ones that eventually happened would have lasted.
Well, that can be said about all marriages.
For the wrong reasons. Sometimes you could get into it for the right reason, and then your pair would be in there with you for the wrong reason.
Wikipedia say 45.
You as
maybe football age.
Someone outside the business, or both of you. I actually think that the people in the business should get it right, because you know about the woman, you know everything that's going on with her.
This video we're watching is about 4 years ago.
So you make up your mind.
This video is about 4 years ago.
So, in my opinion, Nollywood marriages should succeed. It should excel. If I marry someone, oftentimes they ask me, can you marry an actress? I say, yes. 10, 15 years ago, I didn't have.
Okay, 10, 15 years ago, what?
That notion.
10, 15 years, okay. Let's rewind only 2 years before that, shall we? So in this video is only about 6 years ago they published it. So I don't know exactly when they shot it. So he said something slightly different here. Let's listen.
If I would want to marry an actress. So I think that's so.
50 women.
The question is if I would want to marry an actress. So I think that sorts that out.
You don't want to?
Okay, let me give you this. Let me give you this scenario. I have been blessed to be really busy. And cumulatively, I think I'm in my house for 2 months. Of the 12 months you have in a year.
Yeah.
So if I was married to an actress,
I mean, if you're married to an actress, she understands. She knows when you have to be on set. She also has to be on set.
I mean, you didn't get it. I said cumulatively, I have been in my house. Cumulatively, 4 days here, 3 days here, 2 days here. Cumulatively, 60 days, 2 months out of 12 months.
Okay.
So if I was married to an actress doing as well as I'm doing, who would run the home?
I think think it's the way they do it because we have actors who
Oh,
get
she
married
said also,
to
she's also in showbiz. She didn't like the sound of that. Let's continue.
I don't know. I know they marriage
and
now.
they,
I'm talking my. I'm no. There's not like the reason.
See,
we have,
it's
Sweetheart,
difficult everywhere. People do 9 to 5 and there's no one.
Let me tell you. Sweetheart, let me tell you this. It depends on what your values are. It depends on what is important to you. All right. I don't have kids yet, and I'm close to 40. Okay, and
I don't make it
and at this point, I did yes, and that is deliberate because I don't want to be a baby daddy and have.
So there you go. He doesn't have kids. He's close to 40 and he's deliberate. Okay. The same way I don't buy into when people say I am single by choice. I am not buying into that. Okay. For an average person, at least, maybe not everybody, but for an average person, the fact that the idea that that's all intentional, no, there's something else. At least the story is deeper. But let's continue.
I want baby mama somewhere that will give you
and
the
all
drama.
the trouble.
So when the kids begin to come at this point, priority becomes the kids for me. Home. Who would run the home? Now, do not get it twisted. I'm not asking for a woman who will sit down and do nothing.
Well, modern women will probably tell him, why don't you stay home and run the home? I don't buy into that either. But modern women will probably tell him that.
Or find yourself something to do that prioritizes the home front. It is quite important. I think my responsibility as a man, call me crude, call me chauvinistic.
By the way, he's from, he said call him crude, chauvinistic, by the way, from Anambra. And there's some stereotype about men from Anambra. So I think he's also owning it. Let's see.
Call me old-fashioned, now your opinion. But my responsibility of a man is to actually be in my house cumulatively 1 month out of 12 months. Now the cross will get to carry with that as
Yeah.
men.
As
be
a
on the
man.
road and fend and provide and protect our family. As a woman, to find something you can do, but the home becomes your headquarters, becomes your territory. So by the time I'm off, you're off.
All right, so I'm gonna take it from there now. Now, quick question: why is it that records and rumors are showing? Because I don't know that Frederick and Peggy, both Nollywood actors, by the way, they had been dating for 10 years before the only wedding that they had, which is traditional. They had been dating for 10 years. Why is it that he will not pop the question and get it done? So they were dating. You know, this time and age, we have people say dating with an intention, right? Dating with an intention, obviously, to marry. But we have people, but he was dating a Nollywood actress, even though he's on an interview saying it's probably not a fit. So is it possible that he went into that relationship with fear? The fear that he had been harboring for so long, but eventually he popped the question. And also, if he wasn't dating her exclusively to the point where he could say on an interview, I understand back then sometimes you have to paint a picture that you're a fine boy, don't tell anybody that you're dating anybody, so that the ladies can still see you and buy your movies. I understand that, but I doubt if that was a big point of contention at all, you know. But this guy, from the little bit I've seen right now, from allegedly standpoint, it looks to me that he was a guy that had been moving in fear for a long time. It's not by himself. A lot of men are like that. They are afraid for many, many reasons. Number one thing that they are afraid of, the divorce rate. The second thing, 70% of divorce by modern human beings are initiated by women. So they don't want to collect shege. So they wait and wait and this, and they don't come and say intentional. He didn't want to be a baby father. He probably was having sex with a bunch of people. Probably. But there's another video I should play before we continue and talk a little bit here. There's a video here where a very long speech, but I'm just going to capture a small clip here that was posted here on I think it was posted by what's a vlogger on Instagram. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, let's just play it directly from gistlover.com. There you go. All right, here we go. Just listen to this. So she said she saw a man who was not a womanizer. Okay, by the way, womanizer to Nigerian women, certain women, Nigerian women might be different from yours. Yours, you might think once you teach you're a womanizer. Some people say if it's not, you're not philandering all over the place. If it's just one extra girlfriend here and there, you're double dating. That's not womanizing in Nigeria. In Nigeria, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But she's saying womanizer. So exactly what does she mean? Did she trust him all the way or not? That's the question that the monitoring spirit are asking about. All right, so she said, let me refresh. I want you guys to hear this. I'll refresh. So yes, got the audio is not. All right, I'm back. Let me pull it up. 1 second, share screen. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. This happens sometimes. Okay, here we go.
To make money. I saw a man that is not a womanizer. And
thank you, Marriott.
That is why I stayed for this long, babe. Please don't change. Frederick is one man I can beat my chest on, despite what everyone is saying. That
she says she can beat her chest despite what everybody is saying. Also, some people are saying something. What do you mean?
He doesn't womanize.
It doesn't womanize. It means it doesn't carry woman all over the place. He's a serious guy. It doesn't mean he doesn't have other people he was dating. That's the way I would interpret that. But maybe I was wrong. He's also an actor, so she might know what she's talking about.
Sometimes I get on his nerves and he thinks that I'm taking him for granted. Baby, I'm not. I'm just a woman.
All right, so they dated, they dated for so long. I'm looking at the comment here. It says it's always good to marry a man who doesn't cheat. Okay, so somebody said, but it's not fair that we are laughing at her. Maybe all she said was, so people were actually laughing at her when she was saying she trusts a man. Now, personally, that's what Yoruba says. That means if you've accomplished something, easy. Don't be, if you want to celebrate it, shoki lobega, keep it moving. Don't sit down there and be going on and on and on. That's a general rule of thumb. But who is to say who's what, or what's shoki, or what's just a little bit for anybody? Maybe she was just appreciating God and her man, right? But anyway, all of that gave birth to a few questions that Nigerians are asking. Actually, maybe about 10 different questions. Okay. So, first of all, my panelists, please come back to the stage. I have Chinye in the studio. I have Natu in the studio. I have Uncle Kidola hanging out with me here. So let's make it a conversation, right? The first question that I have for you, first of all, do you guys follow this guy at all? Have you been following the story? Let me start with Natu. Natu, have you been following this story? Let's go to Chinye. Chinye, have you been following this story? All right, with that being said, I'm going to go to Uncle Kidola. You see that there with me?
I do. I just listened to the...
Okay. Did you follow this story, this guy's story? Frederick and Peggy.
I just only watch the guy movie sometime, But what I could say generally is this. You said it's fear. I don't know how old is that woman really. She might be a little bit older. Maybe she might be going towards her 40, or she might be 40 even plus.
Let me find out.
You would date a guy for 10 years. 10 good years.
It's saying she's 40. If you dated somebody for 40, for sure you're probably in your 40s.
Yeah, so
at least 35.
No, she's maybe 40. She dated a guy for 10 years. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. No children. No even mistake say she get pregnant. You understand me? But they just believe that kind of celebrity life, doing underground kiss and all these things. And that guy refused to marry you and put you inside a house in the proper way. At least you know there's something wrong now. The guy does not really want to be with you. You understand? Because somebody want to be with you, he will discuss about children with you. I'm not saying the guy cannot deceive the girl too. He can also lie, manipulate the girl. You understand? Such a thing will pump into her head by asking the guy, I'll be dating you now. Who am I to you now? Why does it make it official? You understand me? The way the woman speak in that marriage, it looked like he forced the guy to marry her.
Or beg.
Or
beg or force.
I say, yeah, beg.
Same thing.
Sympathy. The guy stood there like, this is sympathetic love.
Like she was waiting around for so long, and finally, he finally caved in and said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, the guy just do it for sympathetic. Stood there and started saying all kind of, the guy didn't really praise the girl. He didn't really talk about his feelings for that girl. What he was just saying is something else. You understand me? And if it's not into you, it's not into you. You can even hear the guy at first when he said, me as an actor, I'm not really at home, blah, 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 blah. Mean to say, he might not be truly told her, but the guy thought, because the guy looked very beautiful, handsome, he thought, well, I will not let this guy go. This is my man. There are some women like that who want to marry because a guy have six-pack, or the guy looks so very handsome. Want to be like the one dating the fine guy. You understand me? At the end of the day, neither the fine guy, whatever, will give you some kind of STD, or you will make your life far more confused. You understand me? I understand our eyes see beauty first, but at the end of the day, you're not going to eat fine, though. You have to be with somebody that will come with the same stage with you, the same level of understanding, be on this set to survive and create. If your family you want to create, if it's children, if it's being together as a couple, you have to find such a guy. You understand? Don't find people who use words to qualify words why they cannot say I love you. You understand me? So all kind of excuse why they cannot say this, why they cannot do this. You have to run away from such guys. You understand? Because there's no time really waiting for nobody. The longer you stay, it's not serious, nothing is happening, no kind of like sharing relationship. This are still like somebody you met 20 years ago who still fake, pretend to be anything. You understand me? You understand that this guy is not really into you. So the guy is the guy that's on losing side. I hope he finds somebody who will really love her, try to make family with her.
Okay.
That's what I pray for. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So here's the recent, the most recent rumor that everybody's kind of. I'm reading this directly from what you may call it. Why did this thing disappear from my face? No. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So there's wait. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me. 1 second. Let's go back here. Okay, I'm gonna have to open in 1 second. I just want to read the actual news to you guys. Yeah. Okay. Where is it? Oh my god. Okay, let me just Chinye, are you back? Chinye. Natu, are you there? Natu, Chinye. Interesting. This thing. This their page is all spammed up and stuff. I was going to read the rumor, but anyway, the rumor there's been rumor that they're separated, that they're no longer together. I think she was going to an event, and let me see if I can open it in another browser. She was going to an event, and she didn't have a ring on, and people were asking why she didn't have a ring on, and yeah, I found it finally. It says Nigerian actress Peggy Ovire and her husband Frederick Leonard have recently become the center of speculation following rumors of a possible split. The rumors ignited after Peggy shared a new video on social media where she showcased a stunning look in a purple Ashoke outfit paired with matching headgear and a butterfly hand fan, captivating her fans. However, keen-eye viewers noticed the noticeable absence of her wedding ring. By the way, they only had traditional wedding. Can they wear wedding ring without traditional wedding? That's confusing. Anyway, without a white wedding, according to Nigerians. An accessory she typically wears. This detail did not go unnoticed as one user, Hoodmart, commented directly asking about the missing ring while complimenting her elegant appearance. This small but significant detail has left fans wondering if there might be trouble in paradise. And then also There are also postings by Frederick himself all over TikTok where he's talking about sad, come back to me, some kind of stuff like that. Okay, so that's why people are now talking and people are asking. I'm reading some comments that say somebody, but it's not fair that we're laughing at her. Maybe all she said was what she showed her. It's so heartbreaking. She even begged him not to change. It's well with her. I hope she handles whatever she's going through well. Somebody said even the man self surprised. So that's some of the comments on that post that I played earlier on. But again, here are some of the questions. Are they still together? People want to know. That's really the number one question that people want to know. Why do they want to know? Because people idolize these people, and when they see love, and they see love displayed in such a beautiful way, where she knelt down and she was saying, I thank God for you. I thank God for the day we met after all this time. There was something she said in that video I want to actually analyze, but let me see who just came back. Chinye, talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Let me, yeah, I can hear you now. You sound distorted a little bit though. Talk to me.
I do.
Okay, you're
Okay.
back. So what do you think? Are they still together in your opinion? You said they were together for 7 years, 7 and 10, potato. but go ahead.
A lot can happen in 3 years, but no, 7 is a long time.
7 is
Yeah,
a long time,
yeah, and I
right?
know she did say off and on, and when she says off and on, how much time in between the off and how much time in between the on, But time really does pass. Time really does
That's true.
fly. Before you say Jack Robinson, you don't even like, wait a minute, I've spent this time already. Yeah, but one of the things that she said when she was running her mouth too much in her traditional marriage was she said something I completely disagreed with, where she was encouraging women, oh, just be patient. No, not 7 years, please.
Right. She was encouraging women in that
Absolutely
video.
not.
She was encouraging women.
Like,
She was.
any man that really wants to marry you would go for it. Like that's one thing I've known about men. When it gets to that point when like they really like this is it, they really want this, they'll be pursuing you up and down. They will go for it.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know what the crux of their relationship was like. I don't know what happened in between off and on, because when they're off, they were also dating other people, and then when they came back together, they're dating each other.
Right.
Um, so I don't know, what the dynamics of their relationship was, and also, you know, um, what's his name, Frederick? Maybe it could be like, oh, I'm not so sure about this person, and maybe it got to a point that they felt like, okay, maybe they've matured enough, whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but they move forward with it. But at the end of the day, um, you know, it's marriage is not being so I'm not
It's not
exactly
all.
sure
It's not all.
what
I
the
do
whole
I do
situation was.
agree. I do agree that the on and off does had a context to it. It's possible that they were in love, then they left, and then they come back. It's possible, that happened. So it might not be a
Yeah,
stretch of 7 to 10 years. Yeah.
yeah. But even like there are some people who've also been with somebody for a stretch like that, 7, 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
That's a
So
long time. Yeah.
yeah,
We had a conversation here a few days ago about 1 year with Biola Adebayo and the ex-husband to be. And some people said 1 year, 6 months. That's not the specific is not the point.
yeah,
You do want to get to know a person. That's number one.
right.
Number two, there is a point of a threshold. It will vary depending on the situation. For example, this one is on and off. We need to look at the consecutive time they were together. That's what we need to see. There's a point you get to that you expect at least the man to show up that he's a man. He's sure of what he wants, and then he pops
Yes,
the question.
exactly.
And money can be a factor, yes. Maybe because a lot of Nigerian boys these days they say they can't just marry with nothing. It can be a factor, but that's only to a certain extent too. Because at some point we gotta look at you, your inner core person. Are you a man or you're not a man? and it will be questioned at least subconsciously, even if people are afraid to ask you directly. Subconscious, people start like, what is going on? You're dating this person for this long and you're not making a move. Now it's a little bit different if you were dating the person in college. They might have been together since 17, 18, 19, and obviously
Yeah,
it
that's
might be,
different. That's
that's
completely
different. That will stretch out, right, for obvious reasons, right? So that's completely, there's a lot of nuances to it, but all in all, everything else being equal, if you are a woman, a man of a certain age, 1 year should be more than enough to get to know each other if you guys are intentional. 6 months can be enough too. But we're just saying 6 months is coming closer to you don't know this person. That's all we're saying, right? But there are people that can do it in 6 months and it's fine too, and because they understand that it's a growth. They're gonna continue to grow anyway, you know. But let me see, Uncle Kidula, you want to say something to that real quick?
Yeah, you see, I think one thing we have to understand is this: men also suffer the same thing, also like women when you're growing. You know, so because sometimes we say, "Oh, this woman, women when they get older, they're not so attractive." Men also face the same thing. You understand me? There's no man who will have confidence and will say, "Oh, I'm 50 now. Let me go and marry a girl of 30." Head, he will panic. You understand me? So I think look, when you go towards 30 as a man and you start thinking about children in your mind, and especially when you live with a woman for 7 years like that, you understand me? Because among your circle, you heard that your friend have a kid. Oh, my friend don't marry, don't get picky now. Your mind there will surely go to you. If you really love the woman, no, you ask the woman, we just dey do this thing since self. We don't even they get picky too. You understand me? Because you know, the older you become, the more difficult for you to have kids. You understand me? So not only women that are suffering this, whatever that they want to pay to women, no, men also suffer. Sooner or later, that good looking goes, everything will flop. You go they grumpy. Especially if they say they 45. Before you don't know now, you go to sleep for chair. If you go sit, sleep go catch her there. You will not be that kind of a guy that is jumping out anymore. Like, hi, let me go and see my guys. Things go to withdraw back. So you will not be so fond anymore. So if you're with a woman that really love you, they will try to bounce you as what's going on? Why are you thinking? And that time you might be thinking you didn't buy Rolls Royce yet. You might be thinking you don't get that whatever it is that midlife crisis might throw to the guy. All these things that men sometimes do, that sometimes we want to ignore, say, you be mad, man, you feel mad at any time, a lie. These are things that affect men also. Confidence, come anxiety. The older you become, the more you have anxiety even. Because fear started bouncing into you. Your think overpower who you are as a man. So he that is doing this one now, thinking, oh, let me just move out, let it go out there. You will not see that supermarket is going to. That girl used to smile, look at him like, who is this good looking guy? The same girl that they sit down there will look at him very angrily. Sir, what are you looking for? You know what I mean? So people sometimes when you look good, when you're young, you're very good looking, you attract attention. Everybody look at you, everybody smile at you. You understand me? You know, I've been abroad for almost 30 years. If not 30 years plus self.
Yeah.
You know, I know I came into overseas when I was 25. You know, if I go everywhere, tall, 6'8".
All right, let me do because of time, because I have to round up in in 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, we should have respect for each other. That's what
Make I ask you, I'm gonna ask you and Chinye. Chinye, you still there? Chinye, you still there? Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys fire round questions. Just give me a 1-word answer and then we'll call it a day because I need to round up, right? Should traditional weddings be enough without court wedding in 2025?
No.
What about you, Uncle Kidola? Should traditional wedding be enough without court wedding? Because people are saying it was stalling. It was stalling too.
Paper does not really mean anything. It's the feelings that you have for each other. If you really love somebody, you will miss that person. You understand me?
So if your daughter comes and says he doesn't want to, you're just gonna say, okay, no problem. It's the feelings.
No, but I will ask it because even if people have court wedding, you understand me? If you still want to break it will break it. But I will ask, this person really love you? Is somebody that go out and call you? Is somebody that feel like where is this my girl? You understand me? Is this somebody? You will feel it when you really love somebody, my brother. You understand me? You will feel it.
So let me flip the question to you back. Do you believe a man who refuses court wedding is hiding something in 2025?
No.
You don't believe that? Chinye, you?
Yes, you're hiding something. Yes, you're feeling insecure about something. It's like, so if this doesn't work out, I can easily just let you go. Because as Bakhtidar is saying, oh, it's just paper. No, money is paper.
Okay, all right.
Contract of a business is paper. Contract of
Let,
marriage is paper. It has value.
fire round. Is it wrong to publicly vow that your partner will never cheat? Chinye, go first.
Yeah, you can't. Humans would humans are not your mates.
Okay,
So
all
you
right.
can't say that.
Okay. What about you, Uncle Kidola? Is it wrong to publicly vow that your partner will never cheat?
I don't think you cannot. You only know yourself, but the truth of the matter is, you will know who you're dealing with. You understand me? And at that time, you see, all these things, pattern or whatever it is, we all just try to form family. You understand me? So cheating, if that person really respects you, why must he go and cheat on you? You understand? Because what is that person cheating for? What do you want to see when you have the same thing at home? You understand me? So it's greed that make men to cheat. Greedy. You know what I mean? They just greed. You understand me? They think they can have everything at the same time. Then they now stuck themselves into a hole. Because the moment you try something else, that you try to give commitment to somebody else outside, while the one inside house, we surely know. You understand? Maybe the way you play with her, the way you come close to her, what is going on. You understand me? So all these things is just part of greed, selfishness, self-centered. You know what I mean?
All right.
This has nothing to do with anything.
Thank you so much, Uncle Kidola. Thank you, Tia. I appreciate you guys for coming up to the show. I'm going to round up the show right now. I'm going to answer. Marriott asked a question in the chat. Shout out to Jim. I see you there. Everybody that came by, I appreciate you for being here today. So Marriott said, if a man like this came to you, what would you say to him? I'm not sure what you mean. If he came to me, because coming to me is not enough. He would need to elaborate what is it a question? Is it a problem he's trying to solve? I don't give unsolicited advice. If a man like this comes to me, I will assume that he's very happy with his life, personally. The guy gets record with abroad women. I said the guy get record with abroad women on social media. Maybe they cause him. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just tell you like this. If a man is stalling, if you feel it's based on your feeling, I agree with Uncle Gula to an extent there that if a man is stalling, it looks like he's dragging his feet, he can point at any excuse around. There are more than enough excuses around. But if you don't feel safe about that, you probably should pay attention to that. Okay, probably should pay attention to that. The sweet spot is still 6 months to 1 year for me. 6 months, 1 year from when you decide to be intentional that this is going to be marriage. Okay, within that time you should be able to. For me, we dated for 3 years because again, college situation, 3 years. But the moment I proposed, less than 1 year later, we did the wedding. Okay, that's ideal. There might be circumstances, exceptions. There's exceptions to every rule. We can talk about that. There's no absolute rules to any of this stuff, right? But we can talk about that. But I'm just saying, in this life that we did, there is a reason why people mature. There's a time. There's time limit to everything. Time is not your mate. Life is not your mate. And shout out to Black Diamond. I see you there too. She said, I cannot vouch for myself not to talk of somebody's son. I would say focus on the health of the relationship rather than jumping all over the place. I said somebody will never cheat. Take your focus completely off of cheating. Just focus on nurturing your relationship. If you do that, everything else being equal, again, it's never equal, but it's highly unlikely that somebody will have enough time, energy, resources to be spreading around anyhow if they are fulfilled in your relationship. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Hit the like button before you leave, or hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I will definitely be back here tomorrow at 12 noon. Take care. God bless. Hit like, help me share. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
beautiful girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing, make love on the